In this video, you'll learn two methods for adding student tests to SiD. Staff with SiD Admin level logins can add tests by class or for individual students. Let's compare the two options. Option 1. This feature allows you to quickly enter tests for more than one student in the same class. Let's head over to the Classes Assessment screen. Click on the blue Classes tab. Search for and select the name of the class you're looking for. On the Classes Summary screen, click the Assessments tab. The Classes Assessment screen has several parts. Up at the top left, you'll see the class ID, name of the class, and other details. The form fields are where you'll enter test scores for students who are currently enrolled in this class. The grid below the form shows current students who have a valid pretest. It displays their most recent assessment in each test family and subject. Here's how to complete the form to add a test for students currently enrolled in this class. First, choose the name of the student from the Student drop-down menu. Then choose the name of the test, subject, and form from the Test menu. Type the date of the test. The field defaults to today's date, but you always want to use the date the test was taken. Then, in the primary score field, enter the test score. The form has an optional secondary score field. Some programs use it to record grade equivalents if the test has them. Finally, click the Add Assessment button. Under the form, you'll see a message that the test was successfully saved to the student record. Side note, if the name of the test you're entering does not appear in the test menu, you'll have to add it. This is a one-time thing. Check out this help article and video in the SiD Help Center. If you have tests to add for students who are not in the same class, it's faster to enter them on an individual student record. Here's how to get to the Student Assessment screen. Click on the blue Students tab. Search for and select the name of the student you're looking for. On the Student Summary screen, click the Assessments tab. This page has the full testing history for this person. Next is the form for adding tests. Only staff with SiD Admin logins can see the form and add tests on an individual student record. Below the form is the student's testing history at your site or other sites that share the same student. Complete the form by selecting the test from the Test menu. Change the date field to the date the test was taken. Then add the score. Click the Save button to save the test. Look for the message that says the test was successfully recorded. A new row will appear in the student's test history showing the test you just entered. At some point, SiD will probably reject a test. You'll know if it happens because you'll get a warning message right here where you saw the successful message. Ask your manager how to handle test entry in any of these three situations. Error message 1. The test you entered is outside of the score range. Each of the forms in the test menu shows the range of valid scores. If you got the error message when the score was in the valid range, try entering the test again to make sure there wasn't a typo. When the score you tried to enter is outside the range, the student may have to be retested. Another thing that might happen is the test you entered is the same test family, subject, and form as their last test. For example, if the last TABE reading test was a form number 11, the next test must be form 12. Testing rules say that students must not repeat a form. Instead, they should be given the opposite form from their previous test. A third possibility is that the student hasn't had 40 hours of instruction since their last assessment in that test family and subject. Always make sure the name of the previous test family and subject are in green type before retesting. If the student was mistakenly tested before they had enough hours, check to see if all their attendance hours have been entered into SiD. Entering overlooked time may add up to more than 40 hours between tests. Keep these points in mind. A valid pretest is required to be able to give the student 12 or more attendance hours for the program year. Always enter tests as soon as possible after the student takes the test. Tests can be entered by program staff for the current month and 1 month prior. This is also known as the 1-month lockdown. Older tests must be entered by SiD support staff. If you have questions about this or any other SiD feature, you can reach us at the address on the screen.